Hey guys, I'm excited to be joined by the newest host of and co-host of Peacock's newest dating series, Queen Court. It's your man James Ferrer here with the YBF.com. Holly, listen. Rodney, listen. I watched a few episodes of this new series, okay? And for me, being a successful couple, I would say stepping back, being a successful couple, why now at this point in this time of your career to host
Well,
a show?
Rodney and I are admitted kind of dating show junkies. We really, we really like them, and we got hooked up into them over the COVID time when we were just laid up in the house watching a lot of TV, and we really like it. So when we were offered this show, we loved the plot twist of it, that they were women that were over 40, they'd been through some things, they were celebrities, people knew them or they think they know them. And then the idea that we could both co-host it and maybe bring our almost 30 years together wisdom, not in a preachy way, but then just really try to connect. And we're very invested in finding love for these queens.
I
And it
love
was
it.
a blast.
I can tell. I can tell. While watching the episodes, I kept saying to myself, why didn't I think of Holly Robinson Pete and Rodney Peete being the perfect, like you all are the perfect two people to be hosting the show based off of the number of years you've been married. And I mean, just based off of also having I guess I would say a clique, your clique, especially your successful clique of friends that you're able to bounce stuff off of, which leads me to my next question. There are a lot of times when it comes down to dating and dating in this age, do you believe that when it comes down to dating, do you believe that social media as well as dating apps play a big part in dating right now?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're just thankful that social media wasn't around when we started dating. Because I don't know if we're together if social
Yeah.
media was around the way it is now. It makes it, I think, harder. Because everything is in the public eye now. You can't go anywhere without something being portrayed on social media. And good, bad, and different for the dating world, it may not be a good thing. And then with the dating apps, as you mentioned, there weren't a whole lot of them when we started dating. So you actually had to talk to people.
Yeah,
You
you actually had to go out on dates.
yeah,
And
real.
we dated in the 90s. We had 90s R&B, and we had, just dates and going out and getting dinner. And so when I think about how Rodney courted me and what he did, and it was so old school now. I think about it, I'm like, dang, it was a long time ago. But yeah, I think social media has thrown so many hurdles up when it comes to getting to know people. Folks are texting, whereas we used to sit on the phone for hours and hours and hours. Now people like text their conversations.
All
So
of
there
it
was
is text messages and stuff. Yeah.
so it was
Yeah.
a lot different than it is today. But
Okay.
we were aware of that, when we went down and started, getting in the groove of the show, we were like, wow, dating today is so different.
That's yeah. And that's what I want to kind of expound on right now. I mean, now you all are actually kind of stepping back and being able to see three queens have a option of 21 successful men in their own right. Were there ever times, this question is for Rodney, as a man, was there ever times that you sat back and you noticed some of the contestants like, yeah, that wasn't bad. That wasn't a good idea for bro to do based off of him trying to court any of the ladies?
Yes, absolutely. I think the similarities, and you asked why we did this and why we had so much fun, is because we were in similar situations. Holly was acting in the public eye. I was playing football, so people knew us, and I respected that. I looked at that as an advantage when we started dating. I was not intimidated by it, even though she was beautiful and had her thing going. And parts of it early on were a little scary, but that's what I wanted. So yeah, when I see the guys and they are trying to make their move on the queens, there were several times like, man, you just, they've seen it all. So you got to come correct. Don't come with any jive, anything like because they're going to see right through it. Just be your authentic self, And that's going to get you in the door, and then hopefully you can continue. But if you don't, if you try to run a game,
They
you
will
try to do
smell
something,
it.
they will smell it a
I
mile away.
love that about having this sort of counterpunch.
Yeah.
We were able to give our perspective from a couple's point of view, but to be able to have him talk to the Kings and tell them, okay, dial that back and, just be yourself. I think that was really invaluable to this whole journey.
Yeah, I love it. Listen, so also going back to dating and the success of your marriage and your relationship. So we all committed, like it's something that we all hope and dream of. My question, and because a lot of our readers over at the YBF, a lot of women, Black women, successful, some are single. When it comes down to having a good core, a good tribe of people around your relationship, would you all suggest, is it vital to have other couples who are friends to help support and navigate this thing that we call life and relationships?
I would say absolutely. You have to have a team, a group, people that are around you that have only the best wishes for you and your life together. You're like-minded, you're supporting each other.
Mhm.
And if you have a good team of people around you, that is really going to be a plus for your relationship. It's hard though, especially when you're in the public eye, there's jealousy, there's people that want what you have. So it's hard to figure out who's really on your team and who's in your boat rowing and who's drilling holes, right? So you have to make sure that you are surrounded by that. And that has been something that's helped us so much. Just making sure we have friends and couples friends, but single friends
And they
too.
have to know that up front, that this is important to me. This is what matters to me. So you either got to be on board with the relationship, or Holly's going to put you on that island.
Why
Well,
Holly gonna put you
Holly's
on
going to put you on that island where nobody hears from you again.
Right,
They don't want to lose their single friend, right? So they got to be on board with the relationship.
Stop putting people on the island around 2005. I'm
You
nicer
did put them
now.
on the island.
I did at one point.
Yes.
I did.
Listen, we all are always constantly swinging over the photos of you all in the Lawsons and the Jacksons and seeing that great friendship. Was there ever a moment for you all personally in your own personal relationship that that connection was needed? Was there ever a come to Jesus moment that, or a learning lesson, I guess you could say, that you all had to learn or maybe go through, or even, I guess, see on any of those couple trips?
We learned from the Jacksons and the Johnsons are sort of our North Star couples, right? So they're a little older than us, but not that much, but enough for us to see what they've gone through. And we have learned so much from them. Sam and Latanya and Irvin and Cookie are just amazing people and have taught us a lot about what you go through in relationships. And we're together almost 30 years. So we've learned a lot on our own, but it's great to have friends that you hang out with that can tell you, okay, wait till you've been married 40 years and this is what's going to happen. And so
I've been through similar situations, and you find out how do they deal with that, or how they dealt with the kids going off to college, and with all those little things that you deal with. And being married after 20 years, after 30 years, what's that like? How do you keep that fire going? All those things that we're able to have communication with those couples. And it's very important.
I think that's something that our listeners would love to know more and hear from you all more, because you all I'm just looking at you all and seeing how fresh you all look and how happy and excited you all are. I think it's something that our listeners are always wanted to know. What is it that you two do, maybe together, even individually, that's a go-to daily or weekly to keep that happiness that you continue to portray and have in your relationship?
I would say there are a lot of different things, but one of the things that we do is called a 20-second hug.
Okay.
The 20-second hug is when no matter how mad you are at each other, no matter how much conflict is happening in the moment, if one of us asks for it, we have to give the other person a hug for 20 seconds without saying anything, chest to chest, hugging each other. And I think what happens is just pheromonally and hormonally, like it just diffuses whatever you were fighting about. And it works for us.
It
Now,
takes you back to why you got married in the first place.
and sometimes it makes you forget why you were fighting in the first place.
Yeah.
So when we now, I will say, like, especially if you're really, really mad and
You don't want to do it.
sometimes you want to keep fighting and then you got 20-second hug. You're like, oh, and then you got all the way to like 16 and then you kind of calm down.
Yeah.
But we tell people to do that because it's just a way to almost emotionally and physically diffuse whatever the conflict is.
Love it. Love it.
20-second hug.
20-second hug. 20-second
Yeah.
hug. I'm going to remember that to also do it to myself. 20 seconds every day.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, the
Yeah.
20-second self hug.
Yes, love
that.
it, love it. Thank you all so much. Listen, we're excited about the show. I'm excited about the rest of the season because I was glued to the TV watching this show.
Love it.
You got to
Oh,
see, how
so
many episodes did you get to see?
I got to see 4 of them.
It's so
Yes.
good. I'm so
Yeah.
happy with it. I think people are really going to take away some good life lessons and see themselves in this show.
Yeah.
But for me, it's also the humor. I love the humor.
Love it. I love y'all
laugh.
girl chat. I love the girl chat that you all
And
have.
the girl support. The girl
Yes,
support.
yes. I love that. Love that. Thank you all so much. The YBF is always going to support. And Holly and Rodney, please continue to make us smile. And we will definitely be sure to watch Peacock's newest dating series, The Queen's Court. Thank you all.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.